What is up, everybody? Hello and welcome to Monk and Lou's Midnight Happy Hour right here on the MMA Engine. I am your host, Monk, who is currently trying not his hardest not to cough. And below me, my intrepid co-host, Lou Betya. And we are here to break down all 13 fights, UFC 295. It is a banger of a card, top to bottom for the most part. Even the prelims are awesome on paper. Lou, you looking forward to this one as much as I am?
I, in fact, am. It's a really good card. It's a really good betting card. Not tons of like juiced favorites like we've been seeing a lot.
Yep.
Some juiced time props, but that's okay. It's stuff we can work with here. And I always say this. I don't always say this, actually. I don't know why I even said that. Typically, when I like do my work for the week, like, because, it's not just UFC bets, it's college football. It's soccer. Like, I'm capping out it's NFL for Sunday. Like, I'm capping out my whole weekend. I'm doing work, people. It's a lot of work, but I'm capping like all these sports. By Tuesday, I pretty much knew everything I wanted to bet across the board for the weekend. And when I feel that way for all the sports, I'm like, I feel locked in. Like, all right, like let's get it.
Nice.
And then,
Oh no,
there's 3 fights on this card that I'm like, like, well, not so fast. So we'll get to those 3 fights. I'll tell you the 3 fights right now are the Ferfola Santini fight and the 2 main events. So it's like, I'm like, well.
yeah.
But I've come to a decision on everything. So I'm excited. Let's get it done, son. And by the way, Monk came in right at the buzzer with the slides. So,
yeah. Like Indiana Jones when he gets his hat back from the door. There, I just dated myself. If you've ever seen Indiana Jones, is that the good one? Is Temple of Doom the good one, or is Raiders the good one?
I don't know. The only Jones I care about is Basketball Jones.
Oh, I got a basketball Jones. That was on the Space Jam soundtrack.
That's who sings that, right?
It was Chris. No, who was it?
Cheech and Chong. That's a Cheech and Chong.
Oh, that's right, dude. Holy shit. Well, they remade it and put it on the original
Basketball Jones.
That's so funny that's Cheech and Chong.
So weird.
Hilarious.
Great song too. Like, it's fun.
Kidding. Love it, guys. Go. I know none of you have heard Basketball Jones. Maybe
no, I bet people in this chat. Have heard Basketball Jones.
That's true. Let's shout the chat out. Jenna in the house, Mushroom, of course, in the house, and our boy Daz for sure. What's up, everybody? We'll get some more people rolling in since the old foosball game is over. But let's start off. The Bears with Jamal Emmers taking on Dennis Bazookia. Plus 170 does not go. Minus 210 does go. Big. One of the biggest favorites on the card, not named Mateusz Rebecki. Minus 265 plus 225 for Bazookia. And the DraftKings salaries reflect that. What do we have? An odd number of fights. So I'll start this one off. Jamal Emmers' fight does not go the distance. Minus 170 for DraftKings. This dude can't finish. I think it was Wheezy this week that said he can't finish a glass of water, and I tend to agree there. He's looking decent in fights. He just lost the split decision with Jack Jenkins. I think he might have actually won that fight, but it was super close according to the stats. So easy to see how it went to split decision. But when he wins, he's just not scoring well, man. Dennis Bazookia, I don't know how much I would want to risk him in. Maybe I'll put him in some large tournaments, GPPs. I am staying away from this game for cash. This is not a fight I'm looking to plant a flag on. And the pick's going to be Jamal Emmers probably. But wouldn't be surprised if Bazookia, did some crazy shit out there. So I'm going to listen to Lou because I do not really have a good take on this fight outside of I highly doubt Jamal Emmers is going to finish anyone.
Yeah. This is probably Emmers by decision. And this is going to be a fight that I have no betting interest in. I just don't like the way Emmers fights. He doesn't fight a style the judges like. He's very conservative. His takedowns are like ill-timed. I thought he beat Jenkins. I know our guy, Big Steve, had live bet Emmers in that spot. And he was like, what happened? Like, what is this? So, and then I guess Jenkins, then he broke his arm his next fight. So I guess the gambling gods were not thrilled that he won that one. But I don't know, man. Bazooka to me, he's on Twitter a lot, like just complaining about getting opportunities. I think he's okay. But he's another guy that fights like a really boring style. I actually think if you want to do a prop, the split decision could be like interestingly live because neither one fights a style that the judges really love. But honestly, it's probably like, I mean, I see Daz is saying bazooka by robbery. It wouldn't shock me if he won, but it's probably like Emmers just does enough with takedowns and like doesn't really do a lot of damage, but kind of just wins minutes and wins like a 29-28, like a really boring way to start, which is going to be an exciting card, but not this fight.
Mm-hmm. What you want to hear a prop that I heard earlier that it made me laugh out loud. Jamal Emmers round 1 KO TKO is plus 500.
That's it.
That's it, dude. Plus 500.
I wonder why that's so low priced. I mean,
dude, it's wild.
Well, like, you know, I know he's not for everybody, but like
800 somewhere else, but a couple of them, I think Bet Online was 500.
I mean, I know like he's not for everybody, but dude, Woodson is like a volume guy and couldn't finish bazooka.
Mm-hmm.
And Melstic Bagdasarian, who like I love, even though I know he's like not great, but Bagdasarian hits like a ton of bricks and like wasn't landing bit clean on this guy. So like, what the fuck's Emmers gonna do? Like,
yeah.
So he probably wins 29-28. He probably gets a couple of takedowns. It's funny because like I don't think he's a great draft. Like at this salary is like it's crazy.
Oh, it's
like I mean I get it. Like they're based it on the money line.
Yeah,
and he's one of the biggest favorites. Like I got it, but I mean, what you would need, he really doesn't have a lot of finishing equity. So
no, not at all. And that's why I said I think Bazooki is a good punk play. Maybe you can get 30 points out of him in a 3-round decision. Next fight, newcomer from Dana White Contender Series, Kevin Borges, plus 190, taking on Joshua Van, the guy that put down Zhalgas Zhumagulov in his debut, minus 225. Minus 145, fight doesn't go, plus 115 does go. 9,200 for Van, 7K for Borges. What do you got here? Borges can, I think he's got 8 KOs in the flyweight division. Inca FC, the notoriously tough Inca FC.
So as far as a bet goes, I like the overs. I think Van's pretty tough. And it's a scary over because two dudes, they throw a lot of volume. Borjas has pretty good power. Van just has tons of volume. Like, they're both fun to watch. And I think because of that, we get the kind of fight where it's like you have to mind your P's and Q's against each other. I don't think it's boring, but I think it's a slow start. I don't think either guy is going to grapple here. I just assume this is going to be a stand-up fight. If you had to pick a side, I'd say Borjas because of the line. I think it's just wide. I think Van should be probably like 150, 140 range, in my opinion. So I'd take Borjas just for the price, but I think Van. You know what? No, I'm going to pick Borjas. I don't have this other one. I didn't bet a side. I bet the over. I just like this fight going in the distance. So, and the over 2.5, I think is even money. So I like the overs here. You know, clench your butthole, hope you win. But if I had to make a bet, it's Borjas.
Yeah, I like that. I agree. The line too wide. Van only scored 80 points in his win over Zhalgas. 80% takedown defense. He stuffed 4 out of 5 takedowns from ZZ Top there. Terrible last 5 strength of schedule. Didn't quite pay off that. Even at 70, he was 7,200 and he only scored 80 points. That's an 11.14 value. And now he's 2K over that against a newcomer. There's no way I would want any piece of that money line whatsoever. I really don't want any piece of that in DraftKings either. So I'm probably going to be fading Joshua Van. I like more 9K guys other than him. In fact, I'll save $100 and play BSD probably. But Borges, yeah, I don't mind throwing him in at 7K. You know, crazier shit has happened, especially you know, in the beginning of pay-per-views. Flyweight division, guy has a ton of knockouts. I mean, who knows? But yeah, I'm not playing this one. Borges in GPPs. That's probably the only spot that you'll find me playing this fight here. Next one. This is a good one. This one is super interesting, man. John Castaneda taking on Kyung-Ho Kang. I mean, I love both of these guys, really. I'm a huge Kang fan. I just love rooting for the guy. This one's going to be interesting. I'm going to play Kang in DraftKings this week for cash, especially. He's got a decent ground game, takedown defense. He's only been taken down 9 times in 11 UFC fights. 0.93 takedowns landed on him per 15 minutes. Puts up a 12.6 average value. He's cheaper than his average salary by $400. 63%. So what is that? 5 of 8 wins. He's scored over 100 points, has Kang, and 3 of those wins are in the very first round. has a good, I mean, he's knocked people down. He's knocking people down. He's getting knocked down. He's throwing up subs. Subs are being thrown against him. In Kang fights, people are trying to finish. So I do love that. Castaneda is one tough son of a bitch, man. He's also over his average salary, or I shouldn't say also, he's over his average salary by 600. Hell of a power index. He's been knocked down as well. I mean, just tons of ways this fight could finish and score well. Last thing I'll say, this one is at catch weight at 138, and that's apparently at the request of John Castaneda, which I heard just today. I was listening. I think it might have even been Santino and Olivas, possibly. I don't remember exactly.
If he misses weight on a weight he requested, that's so specific. Dude, it's weird.
Yeah, and especially at 138. So I don't know what's going on with Castaneda, why he needed that extra weight. Just something to think about, maybe, but it's not too huge of a deal. I mean, a couple of pounds. But I like Kang here. I want to. I'm going to be having him in my cash lineup. Castaneda, I'll play a little bit as well. What do you got on this one?
Okay, I'm man enough to say Kang is a handsome man. Let's just get that out of the way.
100%.
Two
very fetching mustaches.
So I tweeted this out either yesterday or I don't know, dude. The days are all blending together here, but like, has there ever been a fight at 138 in the UFC? I said this was a scorigami. Do you know?
Yeah, I saw that tweet.
Have you heard that term before?
Yeah.
I'm like 138, and then like also now I'm like, why not just say 140?
Yeah,
like why not say like why is that exact way? Because like literally, if he misses, it's like you're a douche, dude. Like for picking such a random number and like. So I too am on the Kang side here. I have a bet on him. I don't think Castaneda is going to get takedowns here. His takedown accuracy is pretty like rough.
Very.
I think it's less than 40%, if I'm not mistaken.
Right at 40. Yeah. Oh no,
Kang,
I already skipped. It's 43.
Okay. Kang defends takedowns really well, and he's got a lot of good submissions. On the feet, Castaneda throws a little more, but I don't think he throws clean. He just kind of throws wildly, whereas Kang is just a really good technician. Like lands more accurately. I think he's got slightly more power. Kang's not like a knockout guy, but I do think he like gets the optics, man. Like, and I know people love Castaneda. Like I know like the internet that like Twitter loves John Castaneda.
Mm-hmm.
But like the dude makes a lot of mistakes. He's very hittable, and I don't see a finish here. Like I think this is another fight that I think goes the distance. But I think Kang kind of just pieces him up. He may even get him out of there late. But I like Kang. I like Kang to get better as this fight goes on. I'm like, if I threw a little more volume, I would probably bet him heavier. But I did bet him. So yeah, I think Kang can win, and I don't think, like I said, late finish isn't out of the table, but.
Love it. Yeah, I didn't even give the numbers here. Castaneda, the slight favorite, 130 to plus 110, but I'm sure you've read that by now. Next fight, we're gonna go with Josh Gordon, the Twitter. I've done that so many times this week, dude. I don't even watch football. Jared Gordon, 8,900. I called him Josh Gordon.
Josh Gordon hasn't played in the league in like
exactly. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why. That's the last time I watched.
But
football.
Not Flash Gordon. You know, like just Josh Gordon.
Yeah, exactly. That was when he was getting busted for marijuana 16 times in a row. Jared Gordon, 8,900. The Twitter pick of the week over at Mark Madson at 7,300. Plus 195 doesn't go. Minus 250 does go. And Gordon is the big favorite here at minus 220 to plus 185 for the Dane. What do you got on this one here? Two bald guys.
So if I just said the bald guy wins, do I win?
Oh, yeah, you do. Yep.
Okay, I don't have a bet on this yet. This is another one I flip-flopped on. So like, but I didn't care enough to flip-flop on this because Jared Gordon at minus 200 doesn't inspire me.
Wild.
So look, man, this is going to be the first. This is the first of a couple of fights where like I have to think, does the New York guy get the win? But like Gordon doesn't fight like another guy doesn't fight a style the judges love. His cardio is good, but man, I'm starting to worry about his chin. I think it's becoming a liability. Like even the Bobby Green fight, like it's still getting hit. Like I know it's not like it's still like damage taken to your skull.
Mm-hmm.
And Madson, I mean, look, we haven't seen him in a while. It's been a year, almost exactly a year. To Grant Dawson, and hey, man, Dawson, aside from getting bonked, like certainly a tough matchup for a guy like Madson who just wants to wrestle. But Madson can crack, dude. He's got some power in his hands, and like I think he's kind of live early. I didn't give this out on the prop show. I had to cut one, but the one that I cut was Madson round 1 KO. I really think he's live to get a quick knockout on Gordon. I don't know if I'm going to get there. I'm going to just kind of wait and see. And like, let's see if people are parlaying Gordon, God bless their hearts. Like, but we'll see what Madsen's money line goes up to by the time the fights start. And if it's something like, 2-1, if they give me a price where I'm like, all right, I just have to bet it.
I was going to say, what about plus 200 minimum?
I'd probably bet it. And like, look, man, I mean, Madson, even against like Pichel and against Guida, like, he didn't throw a lot of volume against Pichel, but like against Guida, who's like an in-your-face striker, like he threw a lot of volume. I think he's live here to finish him on the feet. I really do. So I think I'd be prepared to live bet Gordon too, by the way. Like if this fight gets to the third round, that's when I won't like trust Madson as much. He's almost 40 and like we haven't seen him in a while, and like he does tend to tire a little bit, but
yeah, and I don't think he is at fight ready anymore. I think his wife and family had to move back to Denmark for medical reasons, so he's back there as well. So that is a bit concerning since, unless his name is Nicholas Dalby, I don't know how well, the Danish training camps are. But it appears to me that Madsen is just, if he wrestles and lands takedowns, then he looks pretty good and scores pretty well and generally wins fights. He's only lost, I believe, one fight on the UFC, but if he does it, he kind of falls in love with his hand sometimes. This guy landed 8 takedowns against Austin Hubbard. 0. He went for 2 I guess that was just a minute. Never mind. Clay Guida landed 0 takedowns against Guida, 0 takedowns against Grant Dawson, which is a tough matchup. But it appears that just sometimes he just falls in love with his hands. There'll be long periods of time without him going for any kind of takedown, and that's obviously kind of his game. So Gordon should be able to win on the feet, or at least win minutes on the feet over Madsen. But Madsen, I think, definitely has the power, and Gordon can he doesn't have any knockdowns. Actually, it looks like in the UFC. I was going to say he can crack, but he hasn't kind of proven that yet. But I see everybody and their mom on Gordon this week, and I guess I don't mind it, but I just don't think, like you said at the very beginning, man, the line is way too wide. Gordon at minus 220 is crazy. And I'll be having Madsen a little bit in my lineups this week. But Gordon, he's an okay scorer. Actually, he's better than okay. Let's see, 5 of his 7 wins over 100 points. So something to look forward to. And he's got a great strength of schedule as well. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is a tough one. I guess if you need a pick, I guess I'll pick Gordon. I am not confident at all when it comes to that. But I'm also not very happy with how Mark Madson's been performing lately, especially as somebody that's backed him in the past few fights. Let's see here. Next fight, we've got Nazim Sadikov, guy from what is it? He's at Serra-Longo, I believe. Yeah, up in New York with a couple other guys on this card. Next against Slava Claus, Vyacheslav Borchev, minus 170 fight finishes, plus 140. It goes all 3. Slight favorite for Mr. Sadikov, minus 130, plus 110 for Slava, 85.77 for DraftKings, man. And I will tell you what, I'm just going to pick Slava straight up. I need a dog, and I really want to see that dance, Lou. That's all I want to see. I need to see. The people at MSG deserve the Slava dance. So I'm picking him. He has not looked great. Listen, if Sadikov comes out and starts wrestling, the shit is over. It's a wrap. This dude got taken down 20 times in 2 fights by D1 Casey and Mike Davis. So, yeah, the issue is Sadikov has yet to show really any takedown game in the UFC. Took down Evan Elder once, who has a pretty decent ground game as well. And Terrence McKinney, no takedowns whatsoever. So if he wants to stand with Borchev, I think that's going to be a problem. And if he wants to take him down, I think that's going to be a problem for Borchev. So I'll play both sides of this one, picking the dog because I want to see the dance. What do you got here?
Yeah, I like Borchev here. And I've lost plenty of money on Borchev, and I've won a lot of it back on Borchev. So I think this is a really interesting stylistic fight. And like, this is one that I feel it's so interesting. So this fight plays out to me one of 3 ways, and Sadikov only wins one of them. So either Sadikov doesn't grapple at all because it's MSG, he wants to brawl. Yep. And if he does, I think Borchev knocks him the fuck out. I think his striking is elite. He works every part. I don't think Sadikov protects the body well. I like Elder a little better than most, but Elder is like a headhunter. and he was landing pretty well on Sadikov. Borchev attacks all parts of the body, man. Dude's got good kicks, got good body shots. I mean, great movement, like good distance management.
Yep.
So if it just stays on the feet for 15 minutes, just a boxing match, like kickboxing match, I think Borchev knocks him out. If Sadikov tries to grapple constantly, then I think this goes again, then he loses that fight too. And the reason is Sadikov, like you said, I mean, he hasn't proven that he can do this and that he wants to do this for 15 minutes. And I'm not sure he has the cardio to do it for 15 minutes. Also, Borchev's get-ups are pretty good. Like, Mike Davis is a beast. Like, that's different. Diakese, the reason he took him down so many times is because Borchev kept getting up. Because Diakese cannot hold this guy down. He's always moving. Like, he stays safe. He doesn't really take damage. So, I think if that's the way this plays out, I think eventually Sadikov gets sloppy and runs into, like, a kick or a couple of shots. The way Sadikov wins this fight is he gets, like, one takedown early, and then the threat's there, and then kind of mixes his game up. I think Sadikov could win if he shows good variety and at least keeps Borchev guessing. But 2 of those 3 outcomes favor Borchev, and violently. So give me Borchev, and the KO was like plus 250. I like that as well, too.
Oof. Yeah, I want to see Riverdance on these hoes. Let's go.
Yeah, and like, of course I want to see him dance, dude. Like,
God, it's the best dance.
I mean,
Is there a better dance?
I mean, it's funny because Sadikov's going to be announced from New York. The crowd's going to be cheering for him, and they're going to be booing if Borchev's winning. And then as soon as Borchev does a dance, the crowd's going to fucking cheer for him.
Yeah. I mean, I love Ray Longo. I hate picking against these guys, but
by the way, a lot of people are on Nazim. I get it. Like, he's probably the more well-rounded mixed martial artist here. I just think if he tries to be fancy and he just wants to stay on the feet, I don't think he's going to like how it goes, man. Sadikov's best chance is round 1.
Yeah, Borchev can fucking crack, man.
But Borchev tends to wait.
To the body.
Borchev tends to, like, he downloads data a little bit in the first round. So we'll see.
Love it.
It's a great fight, though. By the way, and if I lose the bet, I lose the bet. But I think that's going to be like, that's a sneaky good fight.
Yeah, for sure. Here's another one. Bald Eastern European guy, Mateusz.
I thought you were going to say bald bull.
Rumbeski, I think is how I'm hearing it. Taking on Roosevelt Roberts, extremely short notice, and these pictures are liars because Roberts is 6'2" and Rubeski is not. Minus 230 does not go. Plus 190 does go. Minus 650, bro. So who was it? Emmers was the biggest favorite. Minus 265. We got $4+ more than that on Rubeski. Roberts plus 475, 96, and 66. Why don't you start us off here? Because I
don't have much to say here. I think Rubeski's gonna finish Roberts. He's gonna KO him, and I'm not interested in any of the bets here. The prices are wide. I never really liked Roosevelt Roberts his first run. I didn't like. I don't know, man. He looks like he's got so many skills, and he does. He's probably a guy who's like really good in the gym because the dude's pretty well rounded. But when he gets in the cage, he's kind of like hesitant. He's low volume. Like, I don't know, man. And I'm not like totally sold on Rubeski at all. Like the Fiore fight, I know like the whole community had the under and like lost. I don't know. Like he looked good against Loic. I'll give him that. It's a big advantage like being in camp, but Becky wins. I don't have anything more to say to this one.
Yeah, this one's going to go one of two ways, and probably the first way. It's Rubeski early. Yeah, it's exactly. Thanks for coming, Roberts. Appreciate you filling in for us. Maybe we'll give you another fight in the future since
he'll get an 8-fight contract, like like all these other like Holly Holm and all these people like they got for.
Did you see Montserrat Ruiz on the same night she got her fucking ass kicked? She was like, "Thank you UFC for the contract extension." And she's posted it with like 2 black eyes. She just got her ass beat.
I mean, look. Since I didn't really break down this fight, let me just say this about this. I think the UFC, it's funny that they're owned by the same company that now owns WWE. And I don't think there's anything wrong with this. They basically want to have jobbers on the roster. They want to have people they can feed to the people that are debuting. And like these are the guys whose nickname is In the Ring to My Left. Already in the ring to my left. And look, man, if you ever watched wrestling in the 80s, you'd have these dudes like, Bob Jones would face like Kamala.
Yeah.
And his job was to just take the fat guy splash off the top in 2 minutes. It was to establish a guy being a threat to Hulk Hogan or some shit.
Right.
So look, but that was effective. It was an effective way to get somebody's finishing move over, or like how dominant they could look. That's what they're doing now. And that's okay. Like I don't think there's anything really wrong with that.
No. mean, you got 700-800 fighters on your roster. Yes, there's going to be some jobbers in there.
Since I brought up Holly Holm, I just want to address this comment. So I watched the awful Amanda Serrano boxing match a few weeks ago, and they had Holly Holm on commentary. And like,
oh god,
if you didn't know who Holly Holm was, you would think they just grabbed some random woman from the crowd and said, "Would you like to announce?" Because her comments, she had no fucking idea what was going on in this fight. They're like, when you box, do you think
Hall of Fame?
They're like, when you box, do you think it's a good idea? She's like, I would try to hit the person, and it's like, good, great,
yeah, superb stuff, Holly. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, I'm taking Beski, unless this seems like a trap. We've seen it a couple times, maybe not to this extreme, but with the guy coming in off, he has one or two or three UFC fights, and he's looked pretty good in all of them. And he's fighting a guy that maybe isn't so good, but does have several more fights in the UFC, and that guy loses to the underdog veteran. So that's really the only two ways I see this going. It's going to be Beski big and early, and so I want him in my lineups. I just don't think Roberts is going to get it done. Play a couple percentage points of him if you really feel like you must. But yeah, I'd happily be wrong about that and have Roberts win. I mean, Jesus, see, I can't play that guy. Next fight. Tell me Lupita Godinez did not cover up her face with your hand and tell me that's not Steve Buscemi with a wig on. Tabitha Ricci, she has Buscemi eyes against Tabitha Ricci, plus 275. Doesn't go. Fight goes all three, minus 350. Relatively close line here, minus 162 for Loopy, plus 142 for Ricci, 87.75. I will start here. I'm going to take Loopy, and I hope she wrestles. That's it. It's either Loopy's going to wrestle and hopefully win this. Hopefully she can keep, if she can keep Ricci basically pinned or stay in good positions after getting takedowns, then it's probably going to be good for Godinez. When she does land takedowns, she not only wins, but scores fantastically well on DraftKings. And by fantastically, I mean like 130 freaking points is she's done it multiple times in her career. And when she doesn't land takedowns, she scores 88 points. So yeah, give me Godinez, but Ricci, with every show I've listened to, with the people that I've been talking to, man, they're convincing me that Ricci is, they're convincing me that Ricci is the side here. Her numbers are pretty decent. I don't know, man. I really don't know what to do. I think I'm just going to play both sides, 75 and 87, and just flip a coin because I honestly have no idea. I don't know what Loopy's going to look like, and that's the thing with Loopy. Is she going to throw takedowns? Is she not? If I know she is, I'm playing her. If I knew she wasn't, I wouldn't. So I'm tentatively picking Godinez. What is your take on this one? What is up easy?
I don't have a bet on this fight yet. But I am leaning the Ricci side, and not with a lot of confidence. It's actually more of a why I don't want to bet Loopy side. I think that we've seen her have some questionable fight IQ, and how does Loopy's wins or when she's a bully, like Elise Reed, just able to like completely abuse her physically. Like Carnelossi just could not stop the takedown. She didn't beat Calvillo as far as I'm concerned. I thought she lost that fight. She did lose to Hill. Loma, she abused and took down a lot. And what's funny is I think if you ran that fight back, Loma would be so much more competitive because her takedowns look like they're better. It looks like she's working that part of her game. I vowed to just never bet Loopy again. I did bet her in the distance against Reed for a small poke. But I think that Ricci is not going to get bullied by her. She's not going to be thrown down on the ground. I don't think either one of them has great striking, but I think I like Ricci's cardio a little better. And I feel like in the third round of this fight, it's 1-1 at a high clip. And Ricci, you always want the dog in that case. But I think Ricci's going to be the one throwing more volume each round as it goes on. I think Godinez is going to struggle to have any kind of control on the ground. And Ricci's going to be if Loopy gets Ricci down, Ricci's not going to just be laying there and eating minutes. She's going to get up. So Loopy could tire out from that. So I lean Ricci. I have no bet yet. I know this is this is one of the Twitter wars of the week.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to get to a bet here, but I'm going to pick Ricci. And also, I don't want John Kelly to be mad at me.
Yeah.
He would be mad if I picked Loopy.
Next fight, Astro Boy Steve Erceg taking on Alesandro Costa, minus 105 doesn't go plus, or minus 125 does go. 2-1 for Usyk and plus 170 for Costa. 86.76 are the salaries. Yeah, I think this one is the beginning of the main card, Lou. Why don't you go ahead and start us off?
No, this is
Is it the last prelim?
I think so.
I might be in the wrong order too.
No, your order's pretty good. So I like the Usyk side here. I like him quite a bit. You know, I didn't get the good price on him. I did bet him earlier in the week, small, but I can't track it because of the book I put it on. I saw the price was like way off. I think he wins by submission here. There's, you know, Costa, I think if his name wasn't Alesandro and he wasn't some blonde haired dyed guy, I think he's just another kind of bum. His striking defense is bad. I don't like his cardio. I like it less here on short notice. And Usyk, pretty good. He's pretty technical. And I think he's way better on the feet. I think he probably hurts Costa. He puts him down. And then Usyk, just as soon as he knocks you down, he's just hunting for subs. He's club and sub master. So I don't think Costa's ever been subbed, if I'm not mistaken. He has been. I'm just looking up right now. I think he's been knocked out, but I don't think he's been subbed.
That is correct.
Okay, but I think that probably changes here. I think Usyk hurts him on the feet and just grabs the neck and wraps him up. And I'm excited for this one too. Like, yeah, I saw it's Steve Carell. But I like Usyk. I like him quite a bit. And I know this is your job, not mine. But I think at this price tag, he's everything you want in a guy that throws a lot of volume, has knockdown power, has grappling, has sub and finishing equity. Like, I think he's everything you want at this price tag.
I agree, honestly. Costa, unfortunately, we just don't know much about. He fought Jimmy Flick, like, and knocked him out. Like, so everybody does that. He fought Amir Albazi in his debut. Like, holy shit, that dude is legit. And so we obviously didn't learn much about Costa then. So we still don't know much about him regarding UFC fights. Steve Usyk only has one fight, did go all 15 with David Dvorak, won a close split decision. And yeah, I think I'm going to side with you here. I've been picking Usyk all week, but I mean, he only scored 70 points in that win against Dvorak, but I think he does have, like Lou was saying, I think he has the weapons. I think he has the ability to finish, and that's just what I'm looking for in the mid-range at 8,600. So I was already on the Usyk side. Lou put me even more on it. So yeah, I like him for GPPs. I even don't mind him for cash. I just don't think this is a spot for Costa. I could be wrong, but yeah, I agree with Lou. I think Usyk is the pick, is the way to go. Let's keep it moving to the main card. I do believe Mr. Who is it? I think Martian calls him Project Patsabatini, which I just love, taking on a flock of seagulls himself. Diego Lopes is what I'm hearing his last name is. Apparently now it's Amanda Nunes and Diego Lopes. That's, I guess, what we're doing.
English is funny.
Yeah, yeah. Minus 165 doesn't go. Plus 135 does. Very, very even money line. Almost a pick 'em. Patsabatini, slight favorite. 8,300, 7,900. I think I don't even know who started the last one. I think I'm starting.
Go ahead.
Patsabatini is my pick. Tons of people on Diego Lopez. Do you know that against Gavin Tucker, he only fought for a little over a minute and a half, and I had to go double check this. He scored 90 points in that fight. He won in the first round.
You did nothing other than the win, right?
Nothing other. Didn't land a significant strike. Didn't land a regular strike. Nothing. Not 1 ounce of control time at all. I just thought that was super interesting. And then Evloev, he had a couple of moments, but you know, the stats say that Evloev pretty much dominated him in that fight, even though he did have position for several minutes at a time. The stats, yeah. And actually, he only controlled him for like 5% of that fight. Lopez controlled Evloev, but he was just throwing submissions up from everywhere, and that's what you got to look out for. Everyone's making a big deal about how this dude is like the second coming of you know, the black belt hunter, basically. Like, this dude can just snatch your whatever from anywhere and tap you out. It's like, I haven't really seen that yet. And Patsabatini is actually today, right now, he has 25 minutes left. Patsabatini's birthday. He is 33 years old today. I think he had his arm snapped in one fight and he didn't tap. So this dude is tough as hell. He's not just going to tap to any kind of random armbar or knee, you know, heel hook, anything like that. His only hiccup in his last 5 was Damon Jackson. That was the fight, if you remember. Jackson lost, I don't remember which family member, like that week.
He was not going to lose that fight.
He came out and just, not going to lose that fight at all. So I don't know how much stock we can put into that, but Sabatini's looked fantastic in every single other fight. I love how he scores, love how he fights. He is extremely good jiu-jitsu. I don't know if it's on the level of what Lopez's is, but we're going to find out. But I just think Sabatini is going to be stronger. I think he's going to have more weapons. And I think he has the potential to score better in a win. So give me Pat Sabatini, Lou. Yeah, his brother. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Flavor of the month, man. And look, if he beats Sabatini, I'll change my tune. I'll start giving this dude a little bit more credit that he deserves. But as of now, I just don't see it yet. Like, who was it? Oh, he lost to Mavzar, and then he beat Gavin Tucker, who was already done. So I want to see this fight. I'm picking Sabatini. I like him for DraftKings too. What about you, Lou?
Do you remember those things on Conan O'Brien where they would do like if they mated?
Yeah.
That's what I think Lopes looks like. That they took two pictures and like merged them and like
them together.
Like his face doesn't look right for like his name and his whatever. Anyway,
I'm sorry. Sounds like he just listens to Blink 182 all day.
I thought you broke that down perfectly. I don't know that I have more to add to it. I too am on the Sabatini side. He's from Philly, dude. I mean, honestly,
yeah.
Why do I have to tell you who I'm? You know
right,
who I'm picking,
right?
I love Sabatini in this spot. I think that like this fight's going to be on the ground for probably 13 minutes of it. I don't see Lopes hitting like some fucking armbar from guard. I think Sabatini stays safe. I think he lands volume on top. I think a finish is alive for Sabatini, but I'm not getting greedy. Like I'm cool with the line as it is. Like, and yeah, Gavin Tucker is one thing. Sabatini is
Dude,
very different beast. And I still think that people are capping Lopes. It's strange to me because people are still capping him on like that he did well in a loss.
Yeah,
on short notice to Evloev, like, and it's like, yeah, but he lost.
Yeah.
I'm like, and everybody's like, man, if this thing's on the feet, he's such an advantage. It's like, look, man, he's not like some fucking elite striker. Is he a better striker than Sabatini? Like, probably by default. But like, it's not like he's some absolute dangerous, like one hit, and quit guy. Like, he's okay.
Yeah, he has no volume, like according to DraftKings, none.
I mean, Sabatini's cardio is good too. Like, Sabatini is just gonna win. Like, if you like Lopes, if anybody watching this, if you're gonna bet Lopes, just take him in the distance because I don't know how he wins the decision. If this thing goes to distance, it means Sabatini controlled them for like 13 minutes.
Yep.
Like what does a decision win look like for Lopes?
I have
like
no
takedowns.
Yeah,
like, is that?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but like, if you like Lopes, you take him by finish, and like, I just don't see him getting a finish here. So you nailed everything here.
Nice, love it.
Yeah, for once. I'm kidding.
Yeah, for once. Yeah,
for once.
Oh, here's my guy. Next fight. Benoit Balls saying Saint-Denis taking on, is that still a thing? Did you guys watch Archer like I did? Wasn't there one episode there was some guy named Benoit and he kept saying Benoit Balls or something?
I never watched that show, and the reason I didn't watch it is because every fucking person that I can't stand in my area loved it so much that they ruined it. They just ruined it for me.
It does have its moments. I didn't watch all of it, but I did watch. I do
like H. John Benjamin now. Like, I like him.
So good. But, what was the show he used? H. John Benjamin Has a Van or something?
Yeah, I just think, I don't know. He's not like a guy that I think is. By the way, I know we've talked about your show. I still haven't watched those 2 episodes.
I think you should leave.
But have we ever talked about? Did you ever see the surprisingly bad decisions of Todd Margaret?
Yes, we have talked, because I said it was a great show, and you're like, I wouldn't go that far.
I liked it.
Good.
It's not it's not a great show. Like, it's okay to like a bad show. If you guys are watching, like, it's about an energy drink called Thunder Muscle.
That's right. Thunder Muscle.
It's so bad. It really is a bad show. But also it's pretty funny.
My father, he's from Leeds. So funny. Speaking of things to watch, The Killer comes out on Netflix tonight. The new David Fincher movie with Michael Fassbender. You better watch it. Benoit Saint-Denis 9100 Matt Frivola. Great fight, man. Jesus, this main card is stacked. -400 doesn't go, +300 does. Benoit Saint-Denis minus 230 plus 195 on Frivola, or Matt Frivoler as Wheezy calls him, which I thought was hilarious. 9,100 for Benoit, 71 for Frivola. Why don't you start us off here?
Okay, so this is one of the ones I was bouncing back and forth on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got to go. Well, I'll have to go look at your comment. What's up, Big Steve? I just mentioned you twice today.
You did.
I mentioned you on the Emmers fight, and I mentioned you on your boy Ursig. So, but you want to know why I'm so confused? If you want to know why I've been going back and forth in some of these fights, it's this fucking dude. Steve and I are like talking about these fights, and I'm like, and he's like, "Are you?" So this is like one of he's like, "Are you tempted on Frivola?" I'm like, "Yeah, like a little bit." I am. So, look, man, I looked at this at first, and I'm like, "Oh my God, Saint-Denis is gonna like fucking murder him." And then I'm like, "Well, but like." Saint-Denis hittable, and like Frivola definitely hits harder than like Zaleski as far as I'm concerned, and like he could get to the chin of Saint-Denis. I know a lot of people are on Frivola. I know they have like the round 1 KO. I actually think if you're going to play Frivola, you'd play late KO rounds. I think he has to survive the first. I got to go look up his comment as soon as I'm done with this breakdown, because now I'm like, because I don't know what the fuck he's. I don't know. I hope it involves the legendary Phil Tits. That's all I can say.
Phil Tits.
I think Frivola might be a live bet if he survives the first, but honestly, I think Saint-Denis just like kicks him again, hurts him to the body, like, and gets him out of there, and he does it pretty quickly. Like, it's hard for me to get. I need a better price on Frivola here, and like, look, I got it, man. Frivola looked great against Dober. Dober's really hittable. Saint-Denis really hittable. Like, I got it, and I've sucked at betting Frivola fights. I had Gennaro Valdez round 1, and I had him in like a lot, and I had him in like a lot of lineups for DFS. Like, I suck with Frivola fights. It's just a dude that I can't figure out, like with these bets. But man, I just think Saint-Denis, like the last thing I'll say about this is that Saint-Denis is another guy that like he's good as like a bully. Like, he had Moises like backing off the whole fight, but like.
The first
Steve.
naked body he throws.
I guess he's on Frivola.
Them Frenchmen do like that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Saint-Denis here. I'm not as confident as I thought I was gonna be, but I know like they both have some grappling upside. Nobody's grappling in this fucking fight. They're not here to grapple.
No, you're probably right about that. Although I could see Saint-Denis attempting a few takedowns at least. I mean, the guy lands almost five takedowns per 15 minutes. But really, I mean, I'm about to just terrorize you with stats. Saint-Denis, 6 points a minute, over 6 inside the distance, 126 per win. Like I said, 5 takedowns per 15 minutes, 100, all 4 of his wins over 100 points. 80% takedown defense, 90% grappling time control, average value, guys, of 15.25, which is a crazy high number. Good power index, great strength of schedule. Frivola also, obviously, he has tons of power. He can put anybody down, and he's $1,000 under his average salary, guys. So just play this fight. Play it in GPPs. Play it. Just play it. I like Saint-Denis. I'm gonna pick Saint-Denis. I think this dude is fucking ferocious, and I could be wrong, and I would not be upset or sad to see Matt Frivola win. Like I said, I got a lot of love for Ray Longo and any of his pupils. Matt Frivola seems like a decent dude, so I wouldn't be sad or upset. But my pick is Saint-Denis just because of his ferocity, man. I mean, he's just like throw 5 body kicks straight up the middle in a row. And just rush you after that. It's just insane. I love watching this guy fight. That Moises fight, my God. Not to say that I was like surprised, but Moises is no joke, man. He's not a gatekeeper. He's not the best, but he's somewhere in the middle. And Benoit kind of ran right through him. It was great. So I'll take Benoit Saint-Denis plus God of War. I mean, good God, great nickname. Co-main event. Here we go. The battle of the divorcees. McKenzie Dern, minus 205 against Jessica Andrade, plus 175. Minus 210 fight doesn't go. Plus 170 does go. 9K for Dern and 72 for Andrade. This is another fight I'll probably just be playing. Mackenzie Dern, if you don't remember, she did last fight Angela Hill, I believe. Is that true? Yes. She scored 153 points out of freaking nowhere. Or as my guy,
it was a homicide.
It was a homicide. As what's Sean Penn's brother's name?
William? I don't know.
No. That's the college.
No.
What's his fucking name? From Reservoir Dogs? Out of the fucking blue. That's how I feel about Mackenzie Dern scoring 153. Again, that's going to drive me nuts. Someone in chat, please Google Sean Penn's brother and type it in chat. Dern's looked pretty good, though. She did take an L against Yan Xiaonan, but according to the stats, she won that fight just barely. Got a win over Tisha Torres, which was even closer. And according to the stats, she lost that fight. And then Nina Nunes put up 110 on Nina as well. Andrade scores fantastically well, guys, in strawweight division. If she wins gigantically. The problem is she has not done that in quite a while. I believe it was herself that said she's had to fight 5 times this year to cover the cost of a divorce. So maybe she's just accepting fights against Blanchfield, Xiaonan, and Suarez, the top women in their divisions, respectively, just to pay off these divorce fees or whatever. So we'll see if that's true on Saturday. I'm picking Dern. I think she can get it done here. But would I be surprised if Andrade comes out and mauls her? Not really. So I'm going to be playing both sides here at 7,200 and 9K. But I'm not going to be going crazy. I'll go crazy on some other fights. But this one could be a little sneaky good, though. Dern might be a little low owned at 9K. I don't know. I'm going to listen to what Lou has to say. But as of now, I like Dern, but I'll be playing both sides. Thank you. Chris Penn, of course. Appreciate that.
From the legendary Corky Romano movie.
Yeah, was he also in that? I don't think I ever saw that one.
You never saw Corky Romano?
I don't think so. I couldn't stand who's the main guy. I could never Chris Kattan. I could never stand
terrible. Him. But there's a scene in that movie, the brothers, it's like what's the other guy's name from that? He's like a big director now, and I can't think of what his name is. Peter Berg.
Yeah.
So Peter Berg and Chris Penn are the mafia dudes' sons. They're Columbo's sons, and he's gay, closeted, and Peter Berg can't read. And at this wedding at the end, Peter Falk is the dad, like Columbo, and he's like,
nice.
He's like, you see this one over here? He's a big gay. He's like, get over here, you faggot. Like, and this one can't read for shit, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Like that piece, that like part of the movie is really funny. Like
Peter Falk is the best.
So I'm playing the under as opposed to playing Dern. It's 20 cents cheaper.
Oh, okay.
And it's just because I see this fight going one of two ways. The more likely thing is Dern gets this fight on the ground. Andrade does something like whatever, and Dern just like chokes her, and I think that's a wrap. And I think that's what everybody thinks is going to happen immediately. But I don't know, man. If this thing's on the feet, like Dern doesn't face a lot of people. Like I think Andrade is very live to knock her out if this thing stays on the feet. Dern just had the fight where she came off like divorce rage.
Yep.
So I think that like this price is a little high because of Dern's last fight against Hill and Andrade's like the losing streak. But like again, look who she's facing. Like,
yeah.
And I still to this day stress that Dern is not good at getting takedowns. She's good on the ground, but she's not great at getting takedowns.
She's a 15% takedown accuracy.
I just don't think it's so cut and dry like Dern gets this to the mat and subs her like everybody seems to think. So I like the under a lot. I'd rather play the under. It's like minus 180. I'd rather play that than the money line.
Yeah, Dern has attempted 53 takedowns in the UFC. And if you're good at math, you already know, but that equates to 8 landed takedowns out of 53 for Mackenzie Dern's here. Absolutely right there. Here we go, man. The real meat and potatoes, literally, of this fight card. Tommy Aspinall, minus 1,800. Fight doesn't go to decision against Sergey Pavlovich. I think we've seen, have we seen a large fight doesn't go to decision line lately? I think maybe even last week there might have been one. Plus 900 fight does go. Minus 119 for Aspinall. Slight favorite over Sergey Pavlovich. Minus 101. 82 and 8,000. The closest line fight on DraftKings. Let's see. Why don't you start this one, Lou?
Twitter war of the week.
Yeah.
And I feel like you and I, not even knowing your picks, are probably going to not be on the same side of this one.
Oh.
I'm going with Drago here. I am playing Pavlovich by Violent, and it's such a good fight. So how does this fight play out? So Aspinall has a lot of advantages. If he wants to throw leg kicks, he's going to leg kick Pavlovich all day. He also is going to get himself into range, and Pavlovich really only needs to hit him once.
84-inch reach. That's the whole fucking octagon.
If Aspinall goes for takedowns early and lands one, very good chance that's the end. I get it. I get it. Anybody who is saying that Pavlovich got taken down and controlled by Overeem, like, stop. To me, that doesn't. I'm not concerned with that for tape for this fight. I do think Aspinall's a really good blast double. I think he could bum rush. And Pavlovich doesn't throw a lot at, like, knees. Like, if he did and could catch Aspinall coming in, like, I'd feel probably a little more confident. But the one thing for me is, like, man, I don't trust Aspinall's durability. I don't. And I think that Pavlovich doesn't, even if I did, I don't think it matters. and Aspinall, if I'm not mistaken, has never won a fight that's gone past the 7.5 minute mark. I'm not certain this fight goes past 7.5 minute mark. I just want to make that clear. But I think there's concerns about both their cardios. But Aspinall is definitely the one expending more energy as he fights. Like, Pavlovich is just patient, getting into range. I mean, it's short notice for both of them, dude. Come on, man.
I like how he said Pavy, though. I like that.
It's short. It's both on short notice. Like, that Brady said that the other day. He's like, I don't know, man. Aspinall's on short notice. Like, okay, dude. I like Pavlovich here, man. I'm not saying it's like the most confident pick, but I trust him to, like, kind of like just take whatever Aspinall can give him and just land one shot, man.
Yeah. This could just require one flurry, one moment of Pavlovich getting.
It's not even a flurry, it's just one shot.
Yeah. Like, I can see him getting him against the cage, hitting him with one shot, backing him against the cage, and then it's just an onslaught for like 1.5 seconds until the referee can run over and stop the fucking fight. That is absolutely a possibility. Yeah, Tom Aspinall, like, if he can just avoid, like his dad said, there's one game plan: don't get hit, and the other one would be throw leg kicks at range and then land a takedown. That would be the rest of that sentence. But don't get hit. Easier said than done. I'll pick Aspinall. I'm going to pick Aspinall. I think he has more. He's a more well-rounded fighter, but I think we were talking about this before the show. But Pavlovich, obviously, I mean, the superior boxer, but by leaps and bounds here. So we've got a specialist with more power than likely we've ever seen since maybe Ngannou. And then we've got a guy who can pretty much do a little bit of everything. Just none of them are as good as the one thing that Pavlovich can do. So it's kind of going to be interesting. If Aspinall, he's going to have to get a takedown or just somehow stay at range against an 84-inch reach. I don't even know how that's possible. Yeah, he's 2 inches taller than Pavlovich, and he's giving up 6 inches in reach. So I feel like everything I've said leads me to pick Pavlovich, and then I just say I'm picking Aspinall. So it's going to be close. This is going to be an amazing fight. I would compare it to the feeling I felt ahead of Lewis and Ngannou. I know a lot of you are groaning right now thinking of that fight, but knock on wood again, there's no way this could end up like that one, right? So yeah, I'll pick Aspinall, like you said, Lou. I am not confident. And honestly, I'm looking for a good fight.
Do you know who Alan Tudyk is, the actor?
Alan, yes, I do.
I feel like Pavlovich kind of looks like Russian Alan Tudyk.
He kind of does. I can't believe I even remembered who that was.
Did you ever see the show Resident Alien that he does? Have you ever seen it?
I've seen previews for it. It's previews, trailers,
whatever. It's a lot funnier than it has. Like, I don't watch it religiously. It's a lot funnier than it has any right to be. Yeah, actually,
he seems good.
Well, he's a dude that learned all his English by watching Lenny Briscoe on Law and Order. It's actually, like, really funny.
Wait,
like,
where's he from?
He's an alien. He's from some planet.
Oh, I thought you actually were talking about Alan Tudyk learned all of his English from watching.
No, like, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. It's, like I said, it's not like some great show, but it's a lot funnier.
This is a great comment.
I mean, this dude's he's lethal, man. I'll tell you right now, I don't know that Jones would fight Pavlovich.
Fuck no. No
like, this
way.
is the one dude he'd be like, I'm retiring. I'm good.
Dude, who's Jones even gonna fight now? Like,
I think he's gonna fight Miocic's son in like 15 years.
Do you think Jailton fights the winner of these guys?
No.
Who do you think is next at heavyweight for a title shot?
Well, I mean, after Jones.
Yeah, he's not fighting. If Pavlovich wins, he's not fighting Pavlovich.
I don't know. I don't think it would be Almeida. I don't know. I feel like
there's not much.
Am I forgetting somebody? Like, I feel like I am. So let me.
We probably are.
Oh, it would probably be Gone.
Okay, yeah. Well,
I knew I was forgetting somebody.
Jailton called out Gone, so Jailton's going to fight Gone.
I think there's no reason for Gone to even fight him.
No,
really.
Why would you take that?
But I could see Gone getting the winner of this if it's not Jones. It makes sense. I mean,
could you imagine Gone and Pavlovich? Holy shit!
Yeah, that'd be an awesome fight.
It would be.
I would. I mean, I don't know how I would line it. I would think Gone would be probably a decent sized favorite, to be honest.
This is probably true. This is per Dana. This is the only guy Jones wants to fight.
Dana said that. I don't know that I believe it.
Well,
I feel like Dana White's going to string along Miocic as long as he can.
Probably doodle fight after
he hates Stipe Miocic.
Yeah, it's like, why?
I'm not, dude. I know. Like, it's like, come on, man. He's a fucking. Why do you
hate Stipe? You don't have to like him, but how do you hate him?
Yeah, it's weird, man. All right, I got nothing more on this one. Let's get. Now we got.
It's gonna be good. And here is. I don't know if it's gonna be better or close, but man, I am looking forward to this shit. Alex Pereira taking on Yuri Prochazka -600. Zuffa boxing -600 does not go, +400 does go, -125 for Alex Pereira, 8,400, +105 for Yuri, 7,800. My goodness, man. I've been going back and forth on this one a lot. Yuri hasn't fought, since he's had the worst ever injury that's ever been documented in the UFC. Coming back after less than a year and a half to take on Poatan here. Only fight he's dropped in his last 5. Obviously, the Izzy fight where he got knocked the fuck out. That was back in April. Looked okay against Jan. I wouldn't go as far as to say better than okay. In fact, according to the stats, which I've said a few times tonight, he lost that fight, and it wasn't as close as it may have looked just by looking at the numbers here. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I'm leaning Pereira, and I'm really not sure why. I don't know. I really don't know. This is going to be such a good fight for DraftKings, which is what you're here for. Don't play this in GPP. I'm not playing this in big tournaments. I'm probably not even playing it in cash, to be honest. Actually, I had that backwards. I'm not playing it in cash, and I'll probably play a little bit in GPPs because I think the winner is going to get a finish here, regardless. That said, Pereira, not the best score. If you're looking for DraftKings numbers, it's Prochazka. He put up 123 against Glover, 118 against Dominic Reyes. Alex Pereira, he's averaging, where am I here? Like 89, less than 89 points per win. Yeah, this is true. It's so tough, man. I'm really wanting to hear what Lou has to say. Yuri has made the optimal lineup in both of his previous 2 fights since 2021. But he's coming off of a lot of ring rust and that injury. He's probably fine as far as the injury goes. But, man, Alex Pereira is tough. I really don't. I'm talking myself in circles right now. I'm picking Pereira. I'm not confident. And I'll play this fight in GPPs because I think there is going to be a finish. Somebody, hopefully, will get knocked out in this fight. Last thing I'll say, Prochazka 5 years younger than Alex Pereira. Already 36 at this point in his career. So, Lou, why don't you take us home? Let us know how you feel about this main event.
This is like the ultimate head versus heart, like
it
play
is
for me.
Yep.
Because I love Yuri. 9.8.
Yeah, easy. I agree.
I love watching the way Prochazka fights because he just throws such unconventional offense. Like, how do you simulate him in the gym? Like, how do you get somebody to be like, hey, can you throw like an elbow as you're falling over? Like,
you'd have to duct tape 2 people together.
Okay, well, like Prince said this best. Oh shit, this is my dude. The Mug Shorties fight of the night. If you guys are not following Mug Shorties on Twitter, you're missing out on like. Do you know what that site is, right?
I don't. This is the first time I've seen it.
You've worked with me for how long?
I've never heard those two words put together in my life.
Mug Shorties is a Twitter account where they just post mug shots of women and what they did.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah, maybe I have seen this.
And it's getting to the point now where like I'll see certain ones and I have to like, I'll just send a message to Pepe and be like, fixable. And I'd be like, yeah. Yeah. Like if you see
me and Pepe, the Red Beard Gang, let's go.
Like there was one where it was like kill the pet by like not feeding it, and it's like, no, she's not fit. Like, what if she's a fucking C word. So here's what like
would.
So here's where I'm at with this one. I like everything tells me that Prochazka's hittable and that he's coming off a really bad injury. And I get that. Somebody posted that Anthony Smith weighed in as a backup fighter. He wasn't asked to. He just wanted to feel involved. So that was pretty funny.
Didn't he say he hopes Alex Pereira calls him out?
He's out of his fucking mind.
That's my guy.
So everything tells me Pereira is going to knock out Prochazka. And I just can't do it. I just, something tells me that Prochazka hits some like, I think Pereira, I don't know if I want to say is a chin liability. I know that Adesanya, like when he lands flush, like, yeah, he has power, like, but this is the scariest
point guy.
But this is the scariest fucking dude Pereira's ever faced. I mean, it's the scariest dude that one of them's faced. But like, I just think Prochazka finds a way to like, and look, does he have grappling upside here? Yeah. Could he do it? Maybe. I mean, I think it's possible that he could actually get a takedown in this and maybe kind of sap Pereira's strength.
Right.
I don't know, man. I love Prochazka. I'm going heart, not head. Give me Yuri by KO. Probably like round 2 or round 3. I was going to say, yeah, I'm Pereira. 2 or 3. I think Prochazka, I know his strike defense is bad, but like, I just think I know it's not the most technical breakdown. I just think Yuri I kind of think he just finds a way to fucking knock him out, man. I really do. So, and I see, sorry.
Go ahead. No, you're good.
Yeah. I mean, I like knowing the Pepe are on the same side of this. Like, it's like I'm telling you, like tape tells me, like logic tells me Pereira wins. And like, I can't bet him.
The thing is, with both of these guys, while they've looked great at times, they've also looked not so great at times. I mean, Prochazka clearly struggled with an aging Teixeira as he didn't get dropped, but I think he went down to a knee or he caught some shots that he did not like. Obviously, Pereira's been in some situations that are not beneficial to him. So this one, that's what I'm saying. This one's going to be so exciting. I really don't know what's going to happen. I agree. Head and heart. It's a head and heart pick for sure. And yeah, I'm just hoping this one is awesome. But man, it's like a coin flip, to be quite honest, for sure. Bald fighters always lose. I feel like we've got a baldy versus a bald. It was the Mark Madsen and don't call me Josh Jared Gordon. So they can't always lose. Maybe it'll be a double nut shot, double yam bags. There we go, Lou. Speaking of, before we get out of here, I'm not letting you off the hook. What's your you got a yam bag pick? What fight anyways?
Kang.
Low
confidence.
Low about ball level low.
Yeah. Hold on. I want to, by the way, here, hold on a second. Can we just,
oh, here we go.
So this is just an example of what you see on Mug Shorties. And like, yeah, I think this is important. So
3 for 1.
So possession of a controlled substance, fixable. Common law robbery, be careful. And then probation violation. Like, okay, like
what's common law robbery?
I mean,
is that like what we call robbery? Like,
I don't know, but like my point is like, these are fine. This is fine. There was one the other day. It was like credit card theft. And it's like, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, that's tough.
I think I said something to Pepe. I'm like,
can't fall asleep around her.
I'm like, dude, if she saw that you won that round 2 Piper submission, like, be careful, bro.
You better lock them credit cards up somewhere.
Yeah. So we gotta maybe we get sponsored by Mug Shorties. That'd be an
Dude,
awesome.
that would be
sponsor.
awesome. Mug Shorties, hit us up.
That's why I'm here. That's it. That's all I got for the fights.
Awesome. Well, we did it, guys. All 13 fights. Do not miss this card. Be sure you purchase this pay-per-view because it's going to be awesome. Don't go looking anywhere else to get it. We got to support Uncle Dana in his time of need. But yeah, catch the prelims on ESPN Plus, I'm sure. I don't know what time they start. Yeah, same here, Prince.
6 Eastern.
Okay, so is that that's the prelims?
Yeah.
Oh fuck. All right, so we got like what, a 9 p.m. main card, something like that.
10,
right
10
about
because
average.
East Coast time's all that matters.
That's true. That's true. We don't care about the flyover time zone. Yeah, so I will get your bets in, get your picks in. Lou, what have you got? I had a major computer issue and I ended up losing or corrupting a lot of my already edited and recorded game theory videos. So without throwing a tantrum, I just said F it. That shit's not getting done this week. So what have you got for this week?
Nothing. I kept it pretty light. I did the prop show today with Cody. Please check that on the channel. He's a fun guest. Talked about it was a fun show. And then next week I can't even remember. I think it's Effie. It's either Effie or it's 138 MMA. And then whoever it's not is the next one in 3 weeks. Like I forget what the order is. And then we have this show, and then we get the break, and then we have Thanksgiving. And if you guys, I don't know how all of you celebrate Thanksgiving. We'll talk about that next week more. My favorite holiday, and then we got Lou's birthday.
That's right. And then
2 weeks exactly from right now.
There we go. And for those of you that care, I think Mr. Lou and I are trying to get together for the first time in person.
Oh, for the fight.
Yeah, for Austin.
For sex.
And for snacks or sex?
Sex.
Oh yeah. Well,
why do I need you for snacks? What a stupid thing to say.
No, but are there snacks too? Like you have a basket of like sex and snacks?
Well, I'm do what Jeter does. I leave the bag for you to take when it's over.
Right next to the cab fare.
Yeah, it's like there you go. There's your Uber and there's your gift bag. I'll sign a baseball for you, Monk. How about that?
Yeah, there you go. Tatiana will pick you up in 25 minutes. So yeah, that'll be fun. But yeah, otherwise we'll get on out of here. Hope you guys, as usual, enjoy the fights. So enjoy, and we will see you in the next one.